All right, let's jump right in. We're talking Golden State Warriors. This deep dive is all about their crazy revival since Jimmy Butler joined the team. And we're using some recent analysis as our source material. And let me tell you, this impact has been huge. It's shaken things up big time. We're seeing a winning streak. Steph looking like an MVP again. And even rookie Quentin Post is making a name for himself. It's wild to see how this team is just transformed.
It's like, yeah, they were missing something, and then boom, Butler arrives. They've got that championship energy back. It's almost like it happened overnight. You know, it's really interesting how they're handling close games. Before Butler, those were a struggle, barely pulling through. But now, they're winning those nail-biters by an average of 8 points. That's a complete 180.
Right, it's like adding that secret ingredient, the one that suddenly makes the whole dish just sing, you know? Everyone's calling it the Butler effect. But it's not just about the stats, although 20 points, 6 rebounds, and 5.5 assists per game is impressive.
For sure, those numbers are great, but it's how he lifts everyone else up. Think about it. 5.5 assists, that means almost 14 points are coming from his passes. That playmaking is contagious. Look at Moody and Kuminga. They're playing with so much more confidence now. And even the rookies are doing great.
Speaking of rookies, Quentin Post. Are you kidding me? 52nd pick in the draft, and he's draining threes like it's nothing. Shooting 42% from beyond the arc. Unbelievable.
It is remarkable. You know, his size and shooting ability, it creates this thing called spacing the floor, which basically means the defense has to guard him all the way out by the three-point line. That opens up the court for Curry and Butler to drive to the basket. It just makes the Warriors' offense that much more dangerous. Seriously, shout out to the Warriors scouting team. They found a real gem.
And Steph, oh man, he's been unleashed. Back to dropping 30 points before the fourth quarter even starts. He's got that MVP swagger back, the one we all know and love.
It's really interesting how much Butler's arrival has changed things for Curry. With Butler there, the scoring pressure's off. Curry can just play more freely. He doesn't have to carry the team every single night. He can focus on what he does best, creating shots for himself and his teammates.
It's a dynamic duo for sure, giving opposing teams nightmares. And we can't forget Butler's defense, you mentioned it earlier. His anticipation and physicality are just as impressive as his offense. He's always stealing the ball, shutting down plays, making a huge difference for the Warriors.
Oh, absolutely. Butler's intensity, it sets the tone for the whole team. He's not just guarding his man, he's disrupting passing lanes, anticipating plays, forcing turnovers left and right. It's that defensive tenacity that makes the Warriors such a force.
Yeah, they've evolved, you know. They're not just relying on Curry's scoring anymore. They've got a multifaceted offense with multiple playmakers, multiple scoring threats. It makes them so much harder to defend against.
This evolution is key. It's what will bring them long-term success. They've diversified their offense, made their defense stronger. They're a more well-rounded team now and way more dominant. This isn't the Curry or bust Warriors of the past anymore.
So, the big question, are they back in championship contention with this revitalized roster and new synergy?
It's definitely possible. Butler coming in, it addressed a lot of their weaknesses, created a balanced offense, a suffocating defense, a renewed sense of purpose.
Right, but the road to a championship, it's never easy, especially in a league as competitive as the NBA. They'll definitely face some challenges, some tough opponents along the way.
Oh, for sure, no doubt about it. But that's where Butler's experience and leadership will be so important. He's seen it all, championships, rebuilding seasons, the whole 9 yards. He knows what it takes to win at the highest level. He'll be key in guiding this young team through those bumps in the road.
So to really dig into this question of whether they're true contenders again, let's take a closer look at how Butler has impacted the younger players on the team specifically.
You know, it's really fascinating to see how Moody and Kuminga have grown with Butler as a mentor. They're thriving, taking in his work ethic and dedication.
It's like having another coach right there on the court, leading by example, and you can tell he's earned their respect.
Absolutely. Remember that moment when Kuminga jumped on Butler after that clutch three-pointer?
Yeah.
That says it all. Their camaraderie is amazing, and that kind of team chemistry can make a world of difference.
Yeah, speaking of chemistry, what about the dynamic between Curry and Butler? They seem to have a real connection, and it's translating into some beautiful basketball.
Their styles, they just complement each other so well. You've got Curry's off-ball movement and shooting expertise, creating space for Butler to drive, and then Butler's playmaking skills open up scoring chances for Curry. They're a force together, that's for sure.
And what's so cool is how their unselfishness is spreading throughout the team. They're always looking to get their teammates involved. It really shows their basketball IQ and leadership.
You're right, that unselfishness, it creates this ripple effect. Role players are stepping up, the ball movement is smoother, everyone's on the same page, and that's a winning formula.
It's like they've rediscovered the joy of playing together. And that energy, it's contagious, the fans are feeding off of it, the coaching staff, the whole Warriors organization, it's like a revitalization.
That renewed energy and enthusiasm, that could be huge in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Momentum and belief are powerful, and the Warriors have both right now, in spades.
Okay, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. The NBA season is a marathon, not a sprint. There will be obstacles, injuries, tough opponents, you know the drill.
Exactly. That's where Butler's experience will be so valuable again. He knows what it takes to win at the highest level, and he'll be crucial in guiding this team through those challenges.
So back to our original question, are the Warriors really back in championship contention? It's still early, but the signs are incredibly promising. They've got the talent, the coaching, the momentum to make a deep playoff run.
But they've got something more than that, you know? A renewed sense of purpose, a belief that they can achieve something great together. That's not something you can teach, it comes from within. And that's a force to be reckoned with.
It really does feel like a new chapter for the Warriors. They've kept their core identity, but added these new elements that make them even stronger.
It shows how adaptable this organization is, how they can evolve. They didn't panic when they faced adversity. They made strategic moves, improved the roster, addressed their weaknesses. Bringing in Butler was a brilliant move, and it's paying off big time.
And it's not just about winning or losing. It's how they're winning. They're playing with a swagger, a confidence. It reminds me of their championship years.
Yeah, you can feel the energy, the excitement around the team. It's spreading to the fans, the whole organization. It's like they've rediscovered their championship DNA.
And honestly, it's just so much fun to watch. Steph hitting those threes, Jimmy making those clutch defensive plays, the young guys stepping up and contributing. It's entertaining basketball at its best.
It reminds us that at its core, basketball is a game of joy and passion. And when you see a team playing with that kind of spirit, it's special.
So, what does this all mean for the Warriors' future? Can they reach the same heights as their previous championship teams? What do you think?
That's a tough one. The NBA landscape is always changing. New challenges pop up every season. But this Warriors team, they have the potential to be something truly special.
They've got the talent, the chemistry, the drive, and maybe, just maybe, they have that extra something special, that intangible quality that separates champions from contenders, that spark.
The one thing we know for sure is that the Warriors are back. They're a force to be reckoned with, and they'll be a major player in the NBA for years to come.
Absolutely, and for basketball fans, that's something to celebrate. Keep your eyes on the Golden State Warriors. This is just the beginning of what promises to be an exciting journey.
You got that right, and as we've seen from their recent performances, they're capable of anything. Buckle up, because this ride is just getting started.
It's been awesome breaking down the Warriors' resurgence with you. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep diving deep into the things that fascinate you.
Couldn't have said it better myself.
It's amazing how quickly things can change in the NBA, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Just a few months ago, people were writing the Warriors off, saying their dynasty was over, and now look at them, they're legitimate contenders again.
Yeah, it really shows how resilient this organization is, their ability to adapt. You know, they've always been known for their offensive firepower, but now they've got this defensive grit. It makes them a whole different animal.
And for you as a fan, this is something special. You're witnessing history. The mix of veteran experience and young talent, it creates this energy on the court. It's exciting, unpredictable.
Think about it. You've got Curry, a legend, one of the greatest shooters ever. And then you have Butler, a guy who's hungry for his first championship, willing to do whatever it takes. That combination is powerful.
Yeah, and we can't forget the impact this has had on players like Kuminga and Moody. They're learning from some of the best in the game, developing alongside them.
Exactly. It's like a masterclass in basketball every single practice. These young guys are soaking up knowledge like sponges, and it shows in their game.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we're left with a question that only time can answer. Can this version of the Warriors reach the same heights as their previous championship teams?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? The NBA landscape is always changing, new challenges every season. But one thing's for sure, this Warriors team, they've got the potential to be something truly special.
They have the talent, the chemistry, the drive, and most importantly, they're playing with this joy and passion that's just infectious. It makes you believe that anything is possible.
It's exciting to watch, that's for sure.
So keep your eyes on the Warriors. This story is far from over. They're writing a new chapter in their legendary history, and you won't want to miss it.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Warriors' resurgence. We'll be back soon with another fascinating topic to explore. Until then, keep that curiosity burning and keep diving deep into the things that matter to you. It's funny, how quickly things change in the NBA.
Yeah, for sure.
A few months ago, everyone was writing the Warriors off,
Yeah.
saying their dynasty was over, done.
Right.
And now, they look like serious contenders again.
It's a testament to their resilience, and their ability to adapt.
Mm-hmm.
They've always been known for their offense, that firepower. But now they've got this defensive edge, too. It makes them a really tough team to beat.
And for you, the fans, this is something special. You're seeing this blend of veteran experience and young, up-and-coming talent. It's creating this exciting energy. It's unpredictable.
Yeah, you got Curry, a seasoned vet, already a legend, one of the greatest shooters of all time, no question.
Right.
And then you have Butler, hungry for his first championship, willing to do whatever it takes. That's a potent combination.
Yeah. And it's not just them. Look at the impact on guys like Kuminga and Moody. They're developing alongside some of the best in the league, learning from their experience, their leadership.
Exactly. It's like they're getting a master class in basketball every single practice. They're absorbing so much knowledge, and you can see it in their game.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, we're left with a question that only time can answer.
Holy.
Can this Warriors team reach the same heights as those championship teams of the past?
Ooh, that's a tough one.
Yeah.
The NBA landscape is constantly shifting, new challenges every year. But this team, they definitely have the potential to be something special.
They have the talent, the chemistry, the drive. And what's really striking, I think, is the way they're playing, with this joy and passion that's infectious.
You can feel it.
It makes you believe that anything is possible.
Absolutely.
So to all the listeners out there, keep your eyes on the Warriors. This story is far from over. They're writing a new chapter in their already legendary history, and you won't want to miss a single moment.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the Warriors' resurgence. We'll be back soon with more fascinating topics to explore. Until then, keep that curiosity burning. Keep diving deep into the things that matter to you.